understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. AMP2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. AMP2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.tv. CPA for the People provides CPA services and business consulting for innovative creators. Collaborative, personal, affordable. We specialize in tax consulting, business consulting, financial statement compilation, and personal finance. For more information, please go to www.cpaforthepeople.com or call at area code 630-244-7893. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to We Are the People with Tracy Marks and Jorge Estamba, who ask you to know what's happening with your student loan. Tracy and Jorge keep a deep look at student loans in this country and the industries that surround it. Every week, We Are the People will bring you new insight into the corporate welfare industry, such as bailouts, and they connect with student loans. The show will highlight on your constitutional rights and how the current system is built to infringe upon them. Join the conversation by visiting our website chat room at wearethepeople.tv. Or call the show at 888-565-1470 and let us hear from you. And now, let's tune in to Tracy and Jorge for this week's discussion.
And we're back, and it's just Tracy, no Jorge Estomba, but he will be back next week for our Move On Mondays, which will be the first Monday of each month. Today what I wanted to do is I wanted to take a little time to tell you what exactly it is I'm trying to do with this show. One of the main things I wanted to do is to figure out a way to help people, and I've just kind of been stumped on that. Putting it together is not as easy as it might sound. So I've been doing a lot of different things. My lack of resources has not helped at all, but it has led me to a lot of interesting people because I have to do things in person. And actually, I like that, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, there's work to be done on the website. There's a lot of different things we're trying to do. We're working on an internship program with Lynn University that we're trying to get hooked in with. Rick Stroll is working on that. Jorge, of course, is out promoting the show along with other things from Move On. And eventually, we plan on taking down the shows. We're going to redo intros. We're going to revamp them a little bit and try to make it so it runs a little bit. What am I trying to say? So you can understand there is actually a plan here. It just isn't very evident to the person right now that's viewing or listening to the show. What has happened lately is I've been trying to line up people to tell their student loan success stories. We've all heard the nightmares, and you'll hear more nightmares here. However, I wanted to try to balance that. So I'm still working on just exactly how to put the show together and what elements and how much time. 30 minutes is so quick. Now, one of the people that I had lined up for a student loan success story is going to be on the show on the 8th. However, as life does, it takes quick turns, and sometimes it catches us very unprepared. A lot of that happened with the whole student loan situation. But then we come out and we go our separate ways, and we either go to work for somebody or we try to open our own businesses and what have you. So this young lady I met at a Renaissance fair. Her name is Taylor Ash. She makes amazing soap products, perfumes, creams with goat's milk, sugars and salt products. And did I mention perfume? I did belong with Mary Kay for quite some time, and I did take a few classes on how these things are made and what makes good quality. So believe me when I tell you, this quality of these products are awesome. We're going to try to show you a quick video, and then I'll get to the point after that. The video may or may not work. If it doesn't, we'll come right back. If it does, we're going to play the video, go to a commercial, and then I'll come back and explain to you what I'm trying to do here today.
Salt and soap. I started making soaps about 2 years ago from my home here in Central Florida. At first I had attempted selling my products at flea markets, but it was never really ever busy enough to be profitable, and I was paying mostly out of pocket to keep my business afloat. After taking a risk, I tried my hand at Renaissance fairs here in Florida, and the outcome was amazing. People loved my product. I boosted about 500% profit from what I had initially paid for it, and it was really the direction that my company needed to get its big break and its big start. Each batch is handcrafted by me, and when I started, I really didn't want to make just ordinary looking soap. I'm pretty artistic by nature, so I wanted my soaps to reflect me and be artistic looking as well. In my soaps, I use all natural colors and oxides as well as micas, and that creates the beautiful colors and effect in each batch. Each batch is completely unique and no two batches are alike. Soap is made when you mix oil and lye together. It's a chemical reaction, and my soaps each have special recipes of olive, coconut, cocoa butter, shea butter, mango butter, castor oil, and a few others that make each bar creamy, thick with bubbles, and they don't get mushy in water. This makes for a really good hard bar that's long lasting. Along with all these oils, I've added essential oils, which make them very good for you too. Things like lavender or lemongrass, even things like activated charcoal added to the bars, very good for your skin. After the batch of soap has hardened and cured, you can then cut it. So what we do, we score the lines and cut the lobes into bars. I'll bet you've never seen a bar of soap like that before. Currently, I make about 40 different handmade products. Other than my beautiful handmade soap, I do make goat milk skin cream, sugar scrub, homemade perfume, and I have sea salt imported that I infuse myself with all natural essential oils. So on top of making my products, I also make the labeling and all the packaging. So when I'm finished creating my product, I individually wrap each bar of soap and label the packaging and shrink wrap all by hand. People really love my products, especially at the Renaissance fairs. I was very surprised when people would stop and walk by and say, "Wow, what is that? Dragon's blood? That's the coolest thing ever." And they especially liked it even more after they picked it up and smelled it. They especially love the old-fashioned apothecary packaging for a lot of my products. I mean, really, who wouldn't buy a bar of Pick Your Poison or Wolfsbane? It's just exciting for them. And I myself, I find more of a passion for it the more that they enjoy my product. So here's what you may be wondering. What do I need the funding for? Here in Florida, we only have Renaissance fairs during the spring and the winter time. So during the summertime, which is a really long time here in Florida, vendors pack up and they travel to other states which are cooler and more favorable for other fairs. They usually travel in a really large circuit. So from Florida, they go to Texas, they go to California, Virginia, New York even. And then they come right back to Florida when the weather is back to reasonable. What I would like to do for my business is travel. And my little car is just not going to carry all of my product, including my vendor's tent and all of my supplies that I would need to prepare more product on the road, which includes large buckets and large pallets of inventory. The funding that you donate to me will go towards a larger truck, preferably used. I don't need anything new. It would also go towards, in the future, a small camper. With the camper, I would be given utilities such as a stove, and running water, which is needed to make soap. It also gives me a sanitary place to store my product instead of a tent outside. There is one more thing that I plan to do with the funding. I plan to upgrade my current vendor's tent. The tent I have is a 10 by 10 Easy Up. And as a requirement, all vendors for Renaissance fairs have to look period, meaning they basically have to look like they came from the Renaissance era. It took me a few paychecks from my original job, but I was finally able to buy fabric and sew together sidewalls and top panels for the current Easy Up. This creates a small store for my products, as you can see, but it blows in the wind quite a lot and it's really starting to show some wear and bleaching from the sun. It's a decent little tent and may last me for a couple more fairs, but honestly, it just isn't safe for a lot of the elements. There is a small company called Panther Primitives that I've been looking to buy from. Their tents are period style and they're 10 by 10 and the pricing usually starts at about $1,000. But their tents also last for decades, probably longer. They're made of thick canvas and they're weather resistant. People often travel along with the Renaissance fairs as it's their passion and way of life. The Ren Fair is full of colorful people that you just don't meet anywhere else. They're wonderful people and it's a free way of life. And I want nothing more than to be happy and successful and show people what I can do with my business and also hear the wonderful positive feedback from after they use my products. Well, thank you very much for watching. With your help, I can have the tools necessary to be a traveling soap maker at fairs and festivals all across the country. And feel free to contact me with any questions and concerns about my products. And also, take a look at my website. You'll be able to see everything listed there. Thank you.
Youthful Savings creates and delivers innovative financial education products through a virtuous approach in order to disrupt the cycle of poverty. We provide affordable college planning solutions through our Financial Freedom web application and program, youth financial education and entrepreneurship training through our My Own Business Challenge curriculum and program, and group youth programs that teach entrepreneurship and financial education. 10 cents of every dollar earned is reinvested into the communities saved through the Youth College Scholarships. For more information, please go to www.youthfulsavings.com. Email at info@youthfulsavings.com or call 646-504-7164. CPA for the People provides CPA services and business consulting for innovative creators. Collaborative, personal, affordable. We specialize in tax consulting, business consulting, financial statement compilation, and personal finance. For more information, please go to www.cpaforthepeople.com or call at area code 630-244-7893. You're listening to We Are the People with social justice advocates Tracy Marks and Jorge Estamba, exposing the faults in our current day society with industries that directly influence student loans. Join the conversation by calling into the studio at 888-565-1470 or join the chat room at wearethepeople.tv. Again, to call in, the number is 888-565-1470 and let us hear your voice. Now, back to our show.
Okay, and we're back. I hope you could hear that. I know on the radio, I showed the clip because she has the most gorgeous soaps. I wanted the people on the internet to be able to see. And also, if you are listening on the radio, I would like for you to go to wearethepeople.tv and click on the latest show with Taylor so you can see these products. Now, what does this have to do with what I'm doing here on the show? What does this have to do with student loans? Well, what it has to do with student loans is Taylor took out student loans to go to school to become a graphic designer. And of course, you know, now she's in the same boat with so many of us. Now, what happened with her, she came out of school. She ended up working at, it was either Disney or Universal or both for like $8 an hour. And the reason I call her a success story is because the girl saved her pennies. She bit the bullet, she quit her job, and she went out after something she wanted. Now, she got to know about these oils because she had health issues. She had eczema, I believe it was, and she also had a lot of allergy problems. She was on a lot of medication, hated the way it made her feel, just couldn't handle it, so she started looking into holistic ways to take care of these things. So hence the oils. The more she got into it, the more she liked what she was reading, and she wanted to do something to help other people, because she literally ended up off her medication, changed her diet, started using all these essential oils. And any of you that are into healthcare, you know how this stuff works. So being the artistic person that she was, she decided to merge her graphic design along with her love for these essential oils that have helped her to increase her health. So here she goes. She goes and she invests in her tent. She does everything legal. She's doing these fairs. Okay, that's insurance. I mean, you can't get in these without your insurance. She lucked into a lot of different shows. She had like a 500% profit. Okay, and when I tell you at the fair that I met her at, you could not get near her booth. The people were just 4 deep. It was like standing at a bar waiting for a drink order. And she has awesome stuff. I mean, wolfsbane sugar scrub, dead sea salts, lemongrass. You can get that in sea salt or soaps. The soaps are amazing. I've used soaps that are $25 a bar that were gifts from my son. These are better, and she charges like $8. Her website is calypsosaltandsoap.com. We're going to get that up on the screen for those of you who are watching. For those of you who are not, again, that is calypsosaltandsoap.com. Now, the reason that I'm asking you to bear with me here is because I've watched this girl go from show to show. I've talked to her. We've brainstormed on different ideas. She's always got a great attitude. Anybody who can get themselves off medication, make themselves healthier, and spend all these weeks doing these shows, I mean, that's somebody that isn't afraid to roll up her sleeves and get her hands dirty. And how can you get hands dirty when you're making soap, after all? And beautiful soaps. So really what I'm doing here today is I'm asking you all to go to Calypso Salt and Soap. Take a look at her products. On the front of her website, she has got a GoFundMe video, which is the video you just saw right now or listened to. You may or may not have been able to hear it. I'm not sure how the volume came out with that. But the point is, we need to do some things for this girl. She has worked extremely hard. She's invested her money correctly. Now, in what has happened is these shows take sometimes a year to 2 years to get into. You have event people that are taking care of this, so they have a whole bunch of shows. It's not like you apply to each one differently. So you apply to the main company, and then they put you in all these other shows. Now, she loves to travel, and it's a lot of fun if you like that kind of thing. And she's at a great age right now to do that. She's still young. She's single. It's fun. Her products are awesome, and she has now devised a way to just make everything on the road as well, so she can keep her inventory up. So calypsosaltandsoap.com. That's I want you to keep that up there, yeah. CALYSO, salt, SALT, and soap, just as it says, .com, Calypso Salt and Soap. So please go to her website, check out the FundMe. The reason I'm asking you to do this is because she has worked extremely hard. She actually went to Virginia. She was in a tent for 6 weeks, 90-degree days, 40-degree nights, no electricity, no water, spending a lot of time at Walmart to stay cool during the day and during the week when they weren't doing the shows. So, she's worked really, really hard for this. Her car, she's driven it to death. It's a little car. She really does need something bigger because she needs to be able to travel. Florida shows, there's not enough of them to support her. So she's got to get into, and these bigger shows, they love her product. So back to the point about trying to help people. I didn't know what to do with that. So when I talked to Taylor, I hadn't talked to her in several weeks. She was going to be on the show several weeks back. She got busy. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I finally got a hold of her again, and she's like, Tracy, I'd love to come on the show. She goes, but I just don't know if I can keep going. She goes, my student loan payments are due, my business insurance is due, everything is due, and I can't get in a show. I can't get a job. And, I can't keep going like this, She goes, I'm selling off my shoes to pay for my phone bill. So, she's not afraid to get rid, it's like she wants this business. She wants it. She's selling her damn shoes. Come on. And the product is awesome. Okay. Now she's got a learning curve. We've all got a learning curve. So back to how I could help. I didn't know what to do. All I knew is I didn't want anything to happen to her. I called my friends. My landlord turns out to be an investor. He fixes my toilet. Who knew? He's going to have her send her business plan and her budget. Okay, another girlfriend of mine, Hallie, who has the show before me, she put in a $125 order. Also, another friend of mine, Aaron, who I went to school with, he is going to digitize her catalog because, of course, when you run out of shows, what do? You make a catalog, you make samples, you go around to shops, and you try to get them in there. Problem is, they take your samples, they take your catalogs, they keep them, and then they don't return your phone calls. So, she's had a bit of a learning curve there. So that is why my friend is going to make her a digital catalog. We talked about different ways to approach people and stuff like that. So I'm asking you, my audience is 60% women, 40% men. Everybody's got birthdays. The holidays are coming. I'm asking you to do some Christmas shopping early. Buy your birthday presents. I'm sure we all know men, I'm telling you, these soaps are luscious, okay? I don't care which one you buy, they're going to love it. I wish I had more time, but again, go to CalypsoSaltandSoap.com. You can also see her video on YouTube, CalypsoSaltandSoap.com. And please, check out her GoFundMe. Orders would be nice, but she's really going to need that bigger tent. She's going to need that vehicle more than anything, and that camper. She got beat out by a coleslaw recipe from a 7-year-old. Might have been potato salad. So, it can be depressing when you don't know which way to go. So if you would help her out, again, that's CalypsoSaltandSoap.com. The girl's name is Taylor Ash. You'll be able to reach her. Once you go to the website, you'll be able to find her. I was looking for her phone number, and I didn't put it up there. I didn't ask her if she wanted me to give you your phone number. So for right now, please check out the website, CalypsoSaltandSoap.com. The girl is a hard worker. If anyone would like to donate, she's made her own website. When you do go to fill out the information on the website, I do want you to know it's a little glitchy. She did it herself. For some reason, you've got to write out your address completely. So if you have, you live on 34th Street, you must write out STREET. So if anybody wants to help her in any way, please contact her through her website, CalypsoSaltandSoap.com, and join us back on September 8th to meet her in person. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You have been listening to We Are the People with social advocates Tracy Marks and Jorge Estrada. who every week bring to the light the needs and changes in our current system. Tune in every Monday night at 7 p.m. on wearethepeople.tv and participate in the conversation in the chat room or call 888-565-1470. Tune in next Monday for more information and facts. And Tracy and Jorge remind you to stay aware of your surroundings and challenges at all times.